Yay or nay for the throw in the background? Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing another episode of Growing Pains, my little series that I started for basically self-help and lessons to my past self and just younger girls or girls my age that just need a little guidance and advice. Today I wanted to talk about confidence and basically how to become more of your most confident self. It's going to be challenging to change the way you think, especially because it's habitual, but once you start planting those seeds and once you start checking yourself, if you have a negative thought oh, she's so much prettier than me or something like that, once you start checking and challenging those thoughts maybe that's not true, it's going to get a lot easier to get to that second thought. The first thing that I want to say about confidence is something that my friend actually taught me a while ago, because I was talking to him and I was like, I want to be more of an outgoing person, I want to be more confident, I want to be more sure in the stuff that I'm doing, whether it's in acting or just in making friends or just daily stuff like that. And he said, confidence is something that you already have, and it's something that can build and grow and evolve just like you, however small or large it may be. Start there and just start building and building and building. Don't think that you have to go from 0 to 100 like this, because trust me, it's a little nerve-wracking to do stuff that is out of your comfort zone. Do something that makes you uncomfortable every single day, and eventually you're gonna reach a point where it's I'm not scared of this thing anymore. I'm staying right now. I'm gonna stay right now. CJ the DJ MC. Let's start with that Instagram social media feed. You're on Instagram, you're on Pinterest, whatever. You're seeing a bunch of beautiful, beautiful people, and you're comparing yourself to them. You're like, why don't I look like that? Something like that. The first thing I want to say is someone else's beauty does not take away from your own. If you're the type of person, and we all do this, so there's no shame on you if you're this type of person, but if you're the type of person that sees people on social media and your first instinct is to compare yourself to them, that's gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta get those thoughts out of there. Because the only person that you should be trying to be better than or looking back towards is yourself, is a place where you're growing from. If you are at one point and you're evolving and you're becoming more of the person that you've always wanted to be, then you're on the right path. And it doesn't matter if somebody else is where you want to be, because eventually you will get there by your own journey, and you don't know anyone else's story. So don't compare. Maybe admire, feel inspired by, but you don't need to be envious or jealous of anybody else, because you have all that beauty inside of you too. And that's just one period. Practice talking, practice introductions, practice in the mirror. You're a mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? No. Start with someone that you should be 100% comfortable with. Yourself. Start saying, hi. Just literally, I know it sounds so corny, but I promise it will help. Look in the mirror and then imagine that you want to talk to anybody. How would you introduce yourself? Usually building a conversation isn't hard because you can just go back and forth based on what they say, but how do you walk up to someone and just go? So I have my little, hi, I'm Zion. I'm literally not gonna do this. I'm actually feeling secondhand embarrassed now that I said this. Okay. Hi, I'm Ziona. I go to NYU. I'm an actress. I'm a writer. I'm a blah, blah, blah. Have your little 30-second spiel about yourself and take it from there. And you'll be able to tell based on the energy if that person is worth your time or not. Let me tell you something. If someone is being mean to you just because you're introducing yourself or you're trying to speak to them, it's not your fault. It's literally how people treat you is a reflection of how they feel about themselves. So, if someone's being mean to you, keep it pushing. It's not your fault. Don't internalize it. Keep it pushing. Okay? This is going to be talking more about the way you present yourself to the world. So I'm talking body language, eye contact, all of that. Okay. If you're the type of person that doesn't like eye contact, let me teach you this little trick. You gotta stare right here, right at the nose bridge. When someone is speaking, they want to feel heard and appreciated. So if you're uncomfortable by this, looking at people like in their eye, challenge yourself to look right here. That's one of the tricks that helped me, and I eventually did it so much that I wasn't like, anymore. Okay, let's practice right now. Oh, one of us has to talk. Okay, I'll listen. I think I'm gonna get sick of my corny jokes. I'm not saying you have to be a princess. You have to have this big old book on your head. You have to be perfectly straight. But when it comes to having open body language, here are some tips. So like if you're at a party or you're at a social event, it can be kind of nerve-wracking to be in a room with a bunch of people that you don't know. Do your best to not shut down. What I mean by that is not have closed off body language. It can be very, very easy to just pick up the phone and be like, shoulder scrunch, cross, arms crossed, on the phone, looking at literally nothing, just because you're nervous. And what I'm saying is, most of the time, 90% of the people in that room are feeling just as awkward as you are. When you talk to people, sometimes it's a relief just to have a conversation, I'm personally the type of person that is a little bit anxious about just walking up to people, but when people come up to me and talk to me, I genuinely enjoy conversation. Now I'm trying to get out of that. I'm trying to challenge myself to go up first, but yeah. One of the things that I do when I'm at like a social event or party or just any place where there's a lot of people my age that I don't really know, that I want to go make some friends, I challenge myself. Before I go to this thing, I say, I'm going to talk to 2 people or 5 people. Like, I have this little game where if I did 2 people the last time, then I'm going to do more people the next time I go out. And my auntie told me this trick because I was like, Auntie, why am I so awkward? Every time I'm talking to someone, like a stranger, and they're making small talk with me, I feel like I just want to run away. I'm literally planning my escape route in my head. And she's like, it's because you need to practice speaking. It is definitely a thing with our generation, I think, is because of so much social media, so much social interaction. There's all these unspoken rules that we don't talk about, or like, if you do this, you're weird, or just something like that. And it's like, all of that is make-believe, honey, please. Just, no one's gonna remember. So just be your true self. There are so many ways that you can minimize yourself, that you can make yourself smaller in like things that you don't even notice, like your speech. Something I really struggled with for a long time was over-apologizing. Literally saying sorry for nothing. I walked in front of somebody, sorry. It was like word vomit. Like, the first thing I would say to someone was sorry, and I had to stop and think of, what am I sorry for? My presence? I'm saying sorry. I'm over apologizing so much that the word sorry is like not even a value anymore. I literally had a journal that I had for 21 days because it was such a bad habit. I said, I will not apologize for anything. And it was hard, okay? In the beginning, I kept failing. I kept saying sorry for literally no reason. But then I reached a point where I was like, every time I would go like say, so, I'll do that. I'd be like, yeah. So, when my friends would look at me weird, they'd be like, and I'm like, I was gonna over apologize again. They knew I was doing this. I had to tell them because they were keeping me in check too. But yeah, so eventually, I don't think maybe I just haven't been aware of it, but I haven't over apologized for nothing in a long time. So I've broken that little habit. And that's one of the ways to keep your confidence and keep your sense of self higher, is by not minimizing your presence in front of others. Lastly, I would say that confidence is a conscious decision that you have to make every single day. And it's going to feel awkward at first. You might even get a little bit of imposter syndrome. And you're going to be like, these thoughts aren't real. But you just remember that thoughts are exactly thoughts. They pass through you. Not every thought that you have is going to be real, and you can choose the ones that you want to keep. It might be awkward to start thinking these confident things like, I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I'm kind, I'm worth this, I'm too good for this situation, I'm good enough. I promise you that once you start planting these seeds, eventually you will reach a place where these thoughts are automatic and they will just grow. You will be the person that you visualize yourself becoming. So that's all I gotta say about that. I just wanted to get up here and preach. No, but seriously, I enjoyed this video. I enjoyed talking about this. This is a topic that I'm really passionate about because it's something I'm also actively practicing too. I want to become a more confident version of myself, and I already seen how much I've grown just from last year. So I'm doing these exercises, these corny things by myself too, so you guys aren't alone. And I really hope this video was useful, that you learned something, and that I shared a little bit of light with y'all, because that's what I wanted to do. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of this series, this Growing Pains series, feel free to comment anything that you have some advice for me, because I would love to learn a few things too. Or just like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram if you want, and see ya. See you later.